Video number one, whether you're paying cash or you're financing, you gotta have either a pre-approval or a proof of funds. Proof of funds are for my cash buyers and pre-approval is for my finance buyers. Why do I need it? It's because what happens if you fall in love with a home and for whatever reason you can't get it? There's nothing worse than when one of my buyers, when I was younger, this happened, takes their kids and the kids pick out their rooms and then they come back with a pre-approval 2, 3, 4 days later and they find out that property's off the market. Now we have to tell the kids that they can't get this home anymore. So that being said, go get your pre-approval before we go shopping because it's gonna let the sellers know that we are serious. So a few documents you need to think of that you're gonna need: tax returns, 2 months bank statements, ID, things like that. So make sure you guys get these documents in order so that way we can streamline the process and get you a home. Video number two, start searching for a home. Now that you're pre-approved, we can physically go out with either your proof of funds or your pre-approval and start looking at homes. This is the fun part. Make sure that you're going off of needs versus wants, right? Of course, we all want to live in Malibu, on the beach, on the lake, wherever it is, have 10 million acres. That being said, we need to be realistic about our budget. What do we absolutely need to have in our home? Is it 2 beds, 3 beds, 4 beds? What is it? Determine that, talk it over with your loved ones, and let's make sure that we're finding the right home. And a lot of people love location. So if location is super big to you, make sure that you're specifying that to me. So a few factors that we need to look at is location, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. If there's a certain school you want to be by, definitely let me know. See you in the next one. So we've been searching and we found a home, or maybe a couple. Now it's time to write an offer. What goes into writing an offer? Well, I'll tell you, there's a few different things. You're going to want to have your offer price. You're going to have different contingencies that we'll talk about in future videos. And you're going to talk about the warranty, how much time it's going to take to close. So when we're reviewing these options, we want to make sure to evaluate what is the market doing? What is the market doing as far as contingencies? What's the market doing as far as this neighborhood? Is it selling for more than where it's listed? Is it less? Is it at fair value? We want to definitely look at that, especially if we see a home sitting a little bit longer. Maybe you want to go after closing costs as well. These are all terms and conditions that your trusted advisor like myself can definitely explain to you. Hope that helps. I will see you in the next video where we get an accepted offer. Congratulations, we got an offer accepted. Step 4. With an accepted offer, now what we need to do is submit what is called EMD, your earnest money deposit. This is the money that is wired or transferred into the title company, who holds the money in between the buyer and the seller. It's a neutral third party. So just in case anything arises future in escrow, then they'll make sure to keep that money tight until something is legally decided on paper. That being said, congratulations, you got an offer accepted. Now it's time to start going through the escrow process. So first step, deposit EMD. Next step, it's time to get your home inspection ordered. See you on the next one. So the inspection has been completed. Hopefully you went and did the walkthrough with the inspector, and now you've physically seen firsthand what happened with the inspection. They're definitely going to warn you on any 911 issues, so we can put those in a report. A lot of times, most homes, they'll get a home inspection before, and they'll know what to take care of, so all the big items are squared away. And now we're just walking into maybe little small items like, putting a battery in a smoke alarm, or maybe covering up a patch in a wall or an outlet, right? We definitely want to make sure we take care of the big items, but definitely keep in mind that there is going to be wear and tear in every home, and just be realistic on what repairs we want to ask for, right? I'd hate to lose a home over something super minuscule. So that being said, next video we're going to talk about the contingencies. So I wanted to get into contingencies. Contingencies are timelines when we need to get things done as far as like buy side. So your first 10 days typically here in Vegas, it's negotiable, but typically 10 days is your due diligence. Your due diligence is the time that you have to actually get your inspections done. Maybe something's wrong with the plumbing, so you need to go get a plumber out there so you can protect your earnest money. Also, during the due diligence, you can back out for any reason. Second, it's going to be appraisal, and we're going to talk about that in the next video. appraisal. So appraisal happens right after request for repairs. It can happen at the same time as the inspections are going on. It's totally up to you. So appraisal is a third party that is hired by the buyer from the bank that nobody knows. So that way they can't rig what the value is, right? So appraiser goes out to the property and they're just ensuring that the bank is buying a home that is actually worth what the buyer is going to be paying for it. That being said, if the value comes in at value or higher, you're in good shape. You're either walking in with equity or you're at fair value. That being said, if it comes in lower, 4 things can happen. So 1, the buyer can come down, the seller can come down in price. 2, the buyer can pay out of pocket the difference in cash. 3, they can meet in the middle, and 4, the deal can be canceled. See you in the next video. Congratulations, you've made it past the appraisal. So now you're going in underwriting. Once underwriting is where the bank is basically verifying everything, making sure we're good to go before we get it clear to close. During the underwriting period, we're just waiting to make sure that the bank verifies your employment, they verify all your paperwork, they verify the appraisal, and then they verify a few other conditions to make sure that you can actually buy this home. A lot of the verifications are done prior to getting your pre-approval. So typically this takes about just a couple days to get done. And once this is done, we get to clear to close. Now that we have a clear to close, documents are going to be getting sent off to the title company where you'll actually be able to sign and then get your keys. But first off, once we get it clear to close, that's when myself or maybe a team member or your trusted realtor is going to take you out to the property and do a walkthrough. This is where we want to make sure that all the walls are still standing, all the repairs are done, and we're in good shape. So this is called the final walkthrough. Once the final walkthrough is completed, you're going to go to the title company, and I'll tell you in the next video. So now you're at the title company. Congratulations. You are signing for your new home, and the keys are going to be yours hopefully within 24 hours. All they need to do is just verify all the information, make sure all the money's at title, make sure all the paperwork is clear and good to go. Once they do that, you've signed, the paperwork's going to go to the county to record. Once we hear that we have a confirmation of recording, you, my friend, are going to be getting keys. Congratulations, you've done it. You've bought a home. Thank you so much for staying through this entire video series. I can't wait to personally help you and congratulate you. If there's anyone that is maybe on the fence, or you think that this video series could help, maybe they're on the fence of getting a home, or maybe they're thinking about getting home, please share this with them. I truly appreciate you for doing that, and I'll see you in my next video series. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you.